Many developers complain that the Java array is a weak data structure. We're going to take a look at an array on steroids called an ArrayList in this segment. The first bit of code we've got to write to use the ArrayList class is an import. So we're going to put that here above our class declaration, and we're going to import java.util for utilities, ArrayList. That's because it's not part of the core Java package. We've got to essentially give the Java compiler permission to look in the Java util ArrayList package to find the ArrayList commands that we're going to be using. So now we're going to start with creating our ArrayList. Now, ArrayLists are part of a group of data structures known as generics. And what that means is they work for several different types of variables. So we could have a list of integers, we could have a list of floats, we could have a list of strings. So we're going to create an ArrayList of strings. So we're going to declare it as ArrayList, and here's the generic part, string. So we declare the type, and we'll say countries equals, and then we'll declare it as a new ArrayList. And again, we repeat the generic type string like that. If you haven't used generics before, that probably looks a little weird. Now, since ArrayLists are essentially dynamic arrays that can be changed and resized, we'll go ahead and add our individual members like this. Countries, add USA. Countries, add Egypt. Countries, we'll add a few more, Ireland. Countries, add South Africa. Countries, second to last one, add Great Britain. Countries, add Mexico. Okay. So now we've added a number of countries to our array list. Now, just like normal arrays, we actually can loop through an array list and get the individual values out. We can loop through an array list to get all of the individual values out. So I'm going to loop for int I equals 0. It means I is less than, and then to get the number of indexes or values in the array list, we're going to use the size method. So I is less than countries dot size I plus plus. So that'll loop through. Now, for each one, we're going to have to use the get command to get the individual values. So as we go through, we're going to use system out println countries get I. So first time through, it's going to get the first one, then the second one, all the way through our array list. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up a terminal window. There's our ArrayList demo. So let's go ahead and compile that. Okay, it compiles fine, so let's run it. And there you can see it gets USA, Egypt, Ireland, South Africa, Great Britain, Mexico, etc. Now, there's a number of methods or commands that we can use with the array list. Add is just one of them. If we wanted to see if a specific element is in the list, we could use the contains method to see if our list contains a specific value. So, for example, we could say here, if countries dot contains USA, then that will return true, and we'll say system out println USA is on the list. All right, let's compile this one more time. And there you see USA is on the list because countries contains USA matched the first element, so that returned true. We could also remove items by using the remove method. And the remove method is pretty easy to use, as you might imagine. So we're going to use countries.remove, and then we can remove a specific index. So we could say here, countries.remove, and let's remove 2. So now when we compile, notice when the list comes out here, Ireland has been removed. So array lists provide a great and dynamic way to keep lists of data in Java.